We gonna have any fights this week? Oh man, we gotta have some fights.
What is up? Yeah, you got the music ready. Hey,
I could see that one.
hey. Well, here's your camera. Good. All right, here we go. All right, everybody. Welcome to the cage match. This is our special. I guess you could say our special because tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and right after that is the Friday night game against the Chiefs. A silver and black Friday. Asylum. How are you doing right now?
I'm running late like usual because I'm doing a show after just traveling. I literally just got to the hotel room.
See, you know what? You're always traveling. We should just have a Where's Asylum a segment, like Carmen Sandiego.
Where's Waldo?
Where's Waldo? You know, you look more like the wizard, so I don't know. All right, well, we do. It is a Peggy Wednesday, so Miss Peggy's Perspective. We're gonna go right into that. But first, before we do, let's go into our favorite segment, the shameless plug. And when I find it, it's right here. Oh wait, that's videos. All right, here we go. Shameless plug. Here we go.
All right, everybody go to the YouTube channel, The Cage Match Show. Like, share, subscribe, give it a thumbs up. Hit that bell so you know every time a video, meme, or short gets dropped. If Roger Goodell wants to fuck with us like he likes to be doing here as of late, you can catch us on Facebook, on the Oakland Raiders Savage page, and my page, Asylum. Then when you're done with all this and done checking everything out, go ahead and go to WGG. Check out their beautiful supplies of energy drinks. And when you're done ordering, in the discount code, put Cage Match, one word, in the box to get 10% off your entire order.
And like we always say, when you think of wins, you think of dubs. When you think of dubs, think of Dubby. Get that energy. Like, hopefully this team comes out on Friday because it is a rivalry week. Get that energy like Max Crosby, who's going to lead that pack. Go there, 10% off into the discount code. All your order, put it all together. Cage Match, CAGEMATCH in the box. Go ahead and do that. And also, shouts out to Fabian, the Copa Fabian. Go to his website, www.r4lifer.com. RaiderNationForLifer.com. Go out there, check out his merch. And like I always say, I only wear hats for the man himself. Go there, check his catalog out. And also, big shouts out to Raiderman 19. I talked to him earlier this week, so we were kind of going back and forth on a messenger. He is a busy man, you know. He's doing all right, though, so we got to get him on the show. That's my next goal, is get him on the show. I know we're all busy, especially with the holidays coming up, but we got to get him on the show and see how he feels about this season. And also, we're
State
trying to
of the
get him.
Raiders.
We're trying to get him to the torch somehow, some way. He could be the missing link that can get this team going. That fire that burns brightest is the Raider Oath. So we're trying to get him to the torch. The Oakland Raider mystique with the Las Vegas Raider way, how they say it. That is our big goal. Shouts out to Raiderman 19. Happy Thanksgiving, Raiderman. Take you and the family. Hope everything is going well. And here we are. Me in Asylum. Asylum
I'm
is
somewhere. I'm somewhere.
I'm somewhere, but
I
no
am.
one. People didn't come. People didn't come to see us. You know, it's a Thanksgiving special, so we have a spread of information. I like how I put that in the description. Spread of information, and here we go to. I guess bring that to us is our favorite guest. Here we go right now. It is Miss Peggy with Peggy's Perspective. I got it. Here we go.
Hello, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving. I know y'all out there getting your pre-drunk on. What you doing, Asylum? You saying you just got to the hotel, but we
I
know you
just got
had
to
to
the
stop
hotel.
by. We know you had to
I
stop somewhere before you came in.
I stopped at a lot of places, but finally got here. I'm in New York, so
Go
getting
right
ready for
Macy's
the
Parade. It is a
yeah.
wonderful place to be on Thanksgiving morning. Believe me, the town is rocking. So I hope you really enjoy yourself. But we need to talk about our Raiders, and I know you guys have been busy on the off week,
Yeah,
right? And of course, the Denver loss. I have to tell those Denver fans, let's not get excited. You need to win 23 more games to match us head to head. But we can get started with that Denver game, which people kind of thought was winnable. I don't see how it was. They want to blame AP for clock management and all that kind of stuff. But guys, look how the stats are kind of even. You see
yeah,
that?
Oh yeah. Oh, we were in that game all the way there till the end. Well, till really Minshew got hurt, and then that's where it went downhill from there. Until then, I believe we were only 7 points down.
Exactly.
yeah,
So
But
I mean, we were really in that game, and things were looking better. I mean, we had some highlights out of it. We had some lowlights out of it. Typical Raider football, I guess. And so, I mean, it was definitely we didn't let their defense or Bo Nix beat us this time. We beat ourselves.
But I tell you, one of the differences in the game, and this is something where we're getting back to what is Scott Turner, the replacement of Getsy and Scott Turner. We now have about a 2 week perspective now. And I kept pointing out, I was actually screaming at the TV set during the game. If you see their all pro corner on your best receiver, what's the next move that a decent OC is gonna make?
use him as a decoy and get other guys open.
There you go. How
See, I
come
got it
that
right.
didn't happen?
Well, I guess in a way, you see Myers. He got it. He got 10 receptions and was over 121 yards. It's the first time I believe Myers had hit the 10 reception
Exactly.
over 100-yard mark this season. I believe, especially
It was his first.
post Adams. Um, but I would have liked to see more. I mean, yeah, Tucker got 7 receptions, but at least more explosive plays, or maybe have Bowers, if he was motioning to one side, maybe have the run counter that and go the opposite way, pull the defense away to get that running game going. Which with McCormick, sorry, I'm trying to turn on my fan. Which with McCormick, it looked like he had that one decent run, but I don't know if it's still the offensive line is still trying to figure itself out with a new offensive coach with Philbin, a new offensive line coach with Philbin, and then just I guess a new offensive coordinator and how he's calling the play. So I
I don't
mean,
know, guys. It's the concept of the offense that bothers me. Okay, and I'm looking at these stats. Don't do anything with this graphic. DJ Turner, Michael Meyer. Okay, that was a wonderful little fake punt there with Diablo, right? Maybe we need to keep Diablo on offense because on defense, never mind. I won't even get into that. But do you see the bottom two numbers? Those numbers shouldn't be looking like that for guys that are active in our passing game. Somebody had to be open if there was a concept of crossing routes. If Bowers is gonna draw double coverage, including their best corner, somebody else has got to be open. I love Myers stepping up and getting his 121, but he didn't get into the end zone.
yeah,
And neither did Tucker.
yeah.
That's the problem when you don't stretch the field. Now, I know we've been saying, Asylum, you can help me out. We have been saying, but you got to have time to throw deep, right?
Well, you not only need to have the time, but you can do a quick drop over the middle and still get your 20, 30 yards, get going, but you got to have players getting off. You got to have them getting off their blocks. And like you said, the time, I mean, that's the thing. The only way you get that time is you got to start the quarterback in a shotgun. So that's already 5 to 7 yards back. And when they're getting to them that quick, you got to have a hair trigger and quick release. And we know both Minshew and Ritter don't have that.
Well, they don't have that. And I'm going to tell you, I've looked at a lot of film with Minshew. And, in response to people that are coming out like, there were people open, right, from your couch, 3,000 miles away. Somebody was open. So I had to investigate that. And what I found was that when Minshew did take his first look, and he had to do it quickly, they weren't open. And that has been a consistent theme. They either weren't finished, they weren't in their routes, or they weren't open, or even worse, they had been thrown down or fell down. I mean, Turner fell down 3 times Sunday trying to run his routes. I tried to say, go to the sideline, get some new cleats. Right? But
Get some longer ones.
But it's worse than that. I'm looking at the coaching of these young guys. Turner and Tucker are my focus. These speed demons. Think about it, Savage. I mean, come on. You've had all season long to develop deep routes. Why is a deep route important? Right?
Yeah, opens up
Opens up the
takes
middle.
the defense, out the
Keeps
box.
the defense honest, and he opens up the middle of the field.
But
Yeah,
more importantly, you might draw the PI.
yeah,
You might catch somebody sleeping. But if you don't target deep, you don't send anybody to the end zone deep ever during the game, you're never going to get that throwing touchdown. The Raiders are 32nd in passing touchdowns. Okay. In addition to being 32nd in the run game,
Interesting.
I need to see those guys not only running deep, but I need to see them. And I don't think they're getting the right coaching. I really don't believe that Edgar Bennett is doing the job. And I spotlighted and called him out. If y'all want to talk about coaches that need to go, just like I did to Craig earlier this year, little did I know, right?
And sometimes all you gotta do is ask for it, and it happens. You get what you
I
ask
want to
for.
talk about Edgar Bennett, our wide receiver coach, survivor of 3 regimes. Okay. One of those guys that the Raiders, this is the Raider culture, that the Raiders hold on to, whether they're doing their job or not. Why are these young guys not progressing. Why do they not know how to do a stop and go? Did y'all hear the commentator said, if he had done a double move, right?
I
He
did
was
hear
only
that. Yeah.
covered. They said that about Tucker. They don't know double moves. They don't know stop and go. They don't get yak after the catch. None whatsoever. There's no post patterns. No. Why is that? Why is there no attempt? Can somebody explain it to me? Because that's the only way we're going to open up this offense.
Well, maybe we
It's
should get
like
the tight end coach to be the receiver coach because Brock Bowers, he is
knows how to do all that.
yeah. So maybe we should just put them all together, and then when it's time to block, he'll go over to Philbin and learn blocking, and then, just you're just doing split prep. I'm just starting that. That's not how you do it, but yeah, Edgar Bennett, yeah, brought in from Gruden in I believe 2018, survived that, stayed with McDaniels, survived that, is
Yep.
now with AP, survived.
And
Yeah, so
I'm looking
So
at
we
my
do have
two young
consistency with
guys.
coaches.
See, again, I have such a sticky standard with coaches, as y'all well know. Are the guys getting better? Is the unit getting better? Outside of Myers, nope.
yeah.
They still don't know how to run routes. We still don't have passes to the end zone. And as I told people, let the quarterback worry about how he's going to get the ball there. First, you got to have the route open. You got to run the route. There were no less than 4 plays to wide receivers that started behind the line of scrimmage. I kid you
I
not.
hate those. I hate those.
Why in the world would a wide receiver be 5 yards deep behind the line of scrimmage? This is the concept that I don't like. And I don't know whether y'all caught it. I know you all are on AP press conferences. There might have been, I understand there might have been some sort of intimation that he wasn't happy with the offense. Did you hear anything about that at all? Because I think he's not happy with what he's seeing with Turner either. Okay. I
And
just
he might not be. I mean, it's still, unfortunately, for the most part, it's somebody calling the plays differently, but it's still gets his play calls. It's still his playbook and
oh
everything. So it's not Turner's plays. It's nothing like that. All the only difference is Turner's having to go out of Getsy's playbook and say, "All right, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one do we want to do here?" And and don't get me wrong, that fake punt though. I mean, we know Getsy wouldn't have had the balls to call that play. So the
well,
fact that that was
that
right,
was special teams though. That wasn't the offensive coordinator, wasn't
That
it?
special teams
Was it?
coach, that wasn't even that wasn't even McMahon, the special teams coach. That was an interim coach. They didn't say why. They had a different guy coordinating the special teams. That wasn't even the original special teams guy that was on the sideline calling, or that called that play.
Interest, but you know what? That's our best unit, so I ain't got nothing bad to say about
Yeah.
them. I mean,
no, and AJ Cole could throw. We might want to throw him in at quarterback if we have to, because he could throw into the open field. I
and it
mean,
was
he left
well
it there to
too. Oh
Diablo. I
no!
mean, if Diablo would have dropped that, he would have might as well had to go back to the locker room because I mean, even a blind man could have caught that ball. That
Well,
was how good that was thrown.
and Diablo seemed to really like it, and I'm like, it was probably a relief from the job you're not doing at linebacker. I mean, he's just overwhelmed. I mean, if anybody's been watching the games, he's just overwhelmed. His hands are full. He can't decide whether he should be covering or filling gaps, and he doesn't fill gaps very well. Okay,
Yeah.
I I I, I I was like, maybe they found a new home for Diablo. Yay!
He could be that third tight end.
I was about to say another tight end. There you go. He's got the size for the tight end.
But I gave my game ball to Dylan Lobby. I mean, what a tremendous bit of courage after his debut was just totally messed up by a fumble, right? Then we didn't see him for like 4 weeks. I mean, we
Yeah.
didn't see hide nor hair of him. Then we see him running back the ball. You see, when a team is losing, there's a lot of things that are going on. And one of those things is people are not stepping up to make big plays when they have to.
Yeah, and then
Right?
when you,
Mm-hmm.
well, I was
Go
going to
ahead.
say, when you have, and you're trying to walk that fine line between this is the card that's being dealt and excuse, but you got a lot of young guys, rookies, first year guys, second year guys, undrafted guys who are taking the place of the stars that we did have that got out through injury, like a Christian Wilkins,
Mhm.
Bennett wasn't couldn't play this past game because of his injury. So you had what's the rookie?
Val.
Oh no
Oh,
no
and
the other rookie.
Bless
Richardson.
Yeah,
Cameron,
Richardson.
bless his heart. I mean, he's out there trying so hard. Do y'all see him trying? And as I said last night or somewhere else, just somebody please tell this young man, you gotta look up for the ball.
and that
Yes,
was
yes, yes.
Fundamental at the corner position, especially when you're playing man. You
and
gotta look up. Yeah.
and that was something I was watching a whole bunch of like news videos yesterday on YouTube, and one thing I heard was that everyone blames AP because oh well this team's not disciplined, they're getting flags and this and that.
No, they're
But
not.
the people that are in the games are young guys just trying to survive the play. They might commit a penalty, a holding, a PI, something just at the wrong time. And these are young guys just trying to learn how to play.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they're gonna commit a foul. They're gonna get a flag thrown on them because they're just trying to learn the speed of the NFL and learn the guys that they're going against for the first time. These all pros that they're going against for the first time, on the defensive side. So it's that you don't want to make excuses, but you still got to point out the reality of what's going on with this team. No one expected this team to lose about seven
Huh?
defensive starters
Exactly.
within the first half of the season. One by one, by one game by one, one by one like that. So
And this is understanding how do people put together a championship team? Sure, good coaching. Sure, talent. But you got to have a hell of a lot of good luck. You cannot have key injuries to key people. And I just answered Anna about Wilkins. I mean, him
I said
going
it when he
down
got
with
hurt. I don't think he's coming back this
yeah,
season.
and I think it was a devastating blow, right? Because the plan was that we were going to take those double teams off of Max, right? We want to unhandcuff Max, and that didn't happen. Okay, that's another plan. Kuntz not starting the team, another best laid plans of mice and men. There y'all go with those gorgeous graphics. I mean, you have a lot of people that you were planning, you had penciled in to start, and you knew how you were going to use them, but they're not here. I mean, even though Pola Mao has been doing an okay job, I miss Epps. Epps
yeah,
Oh
had
yeah.
more awareness, football awareness
yeah.
about
I had said at the beginning of the season that Epps is probably the first time we had a quarterback, basically a quarterback for the
thank
DB
you.
since Charles Woodson his
Thank
second
you.
stint. So
Yep. I mean, they were a lot more organized. They were a lot more anticipating plays. They were a lot more on the ball than they are now. People got to understand we're playing a guys like Darnay Holmes, right? I mean, I don't even know where he was. He a UDFA, I believe. I
I
mean,
believe,
and we're playing guys that I saw some names out there on jerseys that I didn't even see on the roster 2 weeks ago. Like, where these guys come from? Practice squad. Okay. You know what's going on with your defense. Okay. You know they're not up to stuff. Poor little Spillane. He's the only linebacker we really have. And he's got no relief. When you just showed Masterson hurt, Eichenberg is in and out of the lineup. He's hurt a lot. I mean, Gainer, Bernie, Spillane he just don't have no help. And the
Where
other
am I heard
part
that
is,
before?
but look, guys, the top three. I know you saw. I didn't really see the stats like that on ESPN, but the top three tacklers were in the secondary. And I know you've got Max Crosby, but ESPN didn't. ESPN showed Crosby as fourth, but nevertheless, your top two tacklers were in the secondary. That ain't good news. Tell them
Yeah.
about it, Asylum.
Oh, it's never good. You want your tacklers to be on that defensive line or linebackers, like Spillane has been doing for the last, what was it, 5 games, something like that, where he was the leading tackler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Six
they just
games, some,
wearing him out. They're just wearing him out. I mean, he
Well,
just.
and unfortunately, that's going to happen when you got only one guy doing all the tackling.
I
You
mean,
got to get, you need your Diablos and other, linebackers and some people on that defensive line, like the Snowdens. He should have more
mhm,
than just one tackle.
like
You know, they should be in there in the mix. I mean, Crosby, as it says he's got four, but that's because he's got that extra energy. When he gets brought around, he's still chasing down the running back or whoever the hell has the ball and catching most of them from behind. He shouldn't
right.
have to put that big of an effort.
We did have 8 tackles for loss this last game. Okay,
Yeah.
so I mean, there are spots, bright spots that we can look at, but I am not going to criticize the defense because I know what they're faced. And as Anna's saying, Crosby's getting held. Crosby's not the only one getting held, by the way. Butler was getting held a lot too. And I kind of saw that a couple of times. They're holding our guys. We're not getting calls on the front line. I just can't find a bad word for this defense because I know how banged up they are. I mean,
Yeah, and then yeah, it's a next man up mentality. But like I said earlier, you having guys with no experience, 1 year experience, trying to cover for guys who have been in the league all pro for 5 years, X amount of years. So they're trying. I don't want to say they're trying to catch up to the guy that they're covering for, but you can see the talent level, or I guess the awareness of the player too, uh, uh, is down from the guy that they're replacing. And like I said, that the defense, which was their strong suit, is a side that's got hit the most with the injuries. So
mhm.
now their strong suit has becoming their weak suit alongside the
Weakness.
offense, which has been the weak suit.
I mean, yeah, but again, let's talk about dominoes, which I know is a favorite game out there in the West Coast. I had a bunch of West Coasters in my house when we were here in Baltimore, and they played dominoes all night long. Okay, let's talk about dominoes. The first domino has to be that O line. Why? Because
Because games are won and lost in the trenches.
Yeah,
I mean, not that, but it could have been your D line. No, our O line has set in motion a series of events that, let's start with our quarterbacks being hurt. We lost AOC as an alternative for 5 games. Now Minshew is gone for the year. And if Ritter doesn't grow a set of eyes, he's going to be gone too. He needs some eyes in the back of his head. Poor thing is just assaulted. But this offensive line is the worst rated line I've ever seen. I don't know how many years, guys, you've been watching the Raiders. Even when the Raiders were only winning 4 games or what, they could still throw deep.
Would you
Right?
say it's worse than the 2006 Art Shell 2.0 year when they had
Absolutely.
Jackie Slater as a coach also?
Yes. Absolutely worse than that. Because what is happening is our guys are being driven into the backfield within 3 seconds of the snap of the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, they were driven back, and let's go to that Ritter fumble where I got a picture, but I also have a film clip. He was sandwiched
Yeah.
by his own guys, and the reason his arm couldn't go forward because there was Powers Johnson being also pushed into him from the front.
Yeah.
He was sandwiched on 3 sides. Never have I seen a Raider line like that. Never, ever.
Yeah, he tried to step forward to throw the pass, but the 2 tackles were getting pushed right into him, and then there wasn't that much room for him to step forward. So yeah, it was the middle, and in the end, just came and right when he threw that ball, all that defender had to do was put his arm out there, and that ball was
Gone. It was loose. It
yeah.
never really when he hit. And let's talk about AOC's injury. How did he get hurt? Once again, his own guy, the helmet of his own guy, as he was going forward, and he hit his thumb on it. Okay, trying to complete a throwing motion. When your quarterbacks can't even complete their throwing motion, I've never seen a Raider line like that. I'm sorry. I'm going back 50 years. I'm shuffling the cobwebs out, Asylum. You need to help me here. Trying to figure if I ever saw a Raider quarterback sandwiched by his own guys. Not only sandwiched, but sacked by his own guys. Okay? Which has also happened many times this year. Not many, but at least 3 times that I have seen. We have sacked our own quarterback, okay, by merely being pushed into him. And let's now start calling names. First thing, I had a deep discussion, Colton Miller. One slice, by the way, of the sandwich on Ritter. He had been pushed back so far that he was actually pancaking his own quarterback. That's not the first time this year has happened. Let's talk about Colton Miller. I mean,
it might be his one might be up that shoulder. Once upon well, I remember when he was drafted, everyone thought he was a bust. And 2 years later, after the draft, after being drafted, he started, showing everything, and it turned out to be one of the best in his position. And then last year, he ends up with that shoulder injury that kept him out of games. And now it seems like that shoulder injury is still affecting him. He can't get past his shoulder injury. And if this is the case, his time might be up. I mean, it's not even a slow decline. This has been an instantaneous 180. And now he's back to that rookie, Colton Miller that kept getting pushed around and couldn't hold his own. And he can't do it now. So maybe, just maybe, it's time to look to replace that position.
I mean, I made the bold statement in one of my posts that there's nobody on that line that I would bring back with the exception of the rookies. And I always give rookies a pass. They're trying to learn the game. They're trying to get their feet wet. They're trying to understand so many things at one time. You can't really see how good they are until their second year. Hence what you just said about Miller. But I can't bring Miller back. I've got to upgrade the Raiders must upgrade at left tackle. Let's go slide right over to Meredith, who has been actually taking Cody Whitehair's place. I absolutely don't see any improvement. Do you?
Well, Meredith at guard, I think he could be somebody, with the right with a good offense and an offensive line, like everything that's works together with the offensive coordinator, offensive line, all that. I think he's someone that can be developed. He was an undrafted free agent last year. He had to step in for Parham, I believe, last year, and he held his own. You didn't really hear too much about him, which is a good thing for the offensive line. If you don't hear nothing about him, that means they're doing their job. So I like Meredith, and I think he's someone that they can develop, if not a starter, to be a utility guy. So I would keep Meredith. I would keep Meredith on this team along with the two rookies, like you said, JPJ and Glaze.
DJ Glaze.
I don't know about. I'm.
Well,
I think
James
Miller
hasn't even come back into the lineup. The one with the 3-year contract extension, he hasn't even come back to the lineup. But let's move now over to Dante Parham. At first, I thought, okay, he's undersized. You know, bigger guys are going to push him around. He's only 285, folks. 285 for a guard. Whose bright idea was it to switch him from left guard to right guard? But why is he playing guard at all? I thought we were talking about him as a center at one point in time. Wasn't that?
He's actually he did play center parts of last year and played center well last year.
But we didn't keep him at center, did we? Because that's the only position he has a chance. But I don't even want him at center now. Okay.
Yeah, JPJ.
You've been looking at the field. You've been looking at the films. Parham does his initial push, and then he starts going backwards. Every single play. And the Denver game really brought it home. He was the other slice of the sandwich that caused Ritter to fumble. This is what I talk about when I talk about dominoes.
Well, I know you had said a few episodes that you've been on that these offensive linemen are not zone blocking linemen. A lot of them are not. I think you said 2 of them have played in a zone blocking system previously. Could it be just they're not in the right blocking system, or are we just let's just move on?
Let's just move on, because now we're on our second O-line coach of the season.
Yeah.
Right. And Joe Philbin's been around a long time. Okay.
Yeah.
And if he can't teach those guys anything, I'm done with him. Let's go to Mumford. Another guy that ends up in the backfield within 3 seconds. I thought actually he was the best one we had. I was wrong. As the season has progressed, he's playing as bad as.
Yeah, and
one half side of the line, right? And you have to actually get the film of the game from about 3 different angles. Sometimes I have access to that film and sometimes I don't. But you have to see both sides. You have to see what's going on the snap of the ball. There's no way I would keep my. Again, my statement is, if I were the coach making that decision, no one would come back but Powers Johnson. I know y'all like Meredith as a backup. I wouldn't even bring him back. I don't like the chemistry. I don't like their technique. I don't like their upper body strength. And I don't like their, how do you say it? Character, their fire, their drive.
Their moxie.
Yes. This is not Raider. This is not Raider. Our O-lines were badasses. They always have been.
JPJ has been the only one diving over piles, hitting guys late, making the other team.
Got that late hit penalty. Yeah.
You know,
oh my God, like that. I'm gonna just take you out right here.
But you see, they lack that thing, that Raider thing.
Yeah, that nastiness.
The nastiness. You have to be just as vicious as the D line on the other side of you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to get eaten for lunch.
Yeah.
And what has happened? But let's talk about dominoes again. Now, the O line falls on top of the quarterbacks. Okay? And the Raiders have been through 3 quarterbacks in 1 year. When's the last time y'all saw that?
And we were talking about that at Go Savage.
The Carson Palmer year.
Well, we saw Campbell. Oh yeah, and then we saw Kyle, the bowler.
Yeah, and then for one play was
and then we saw Carson
Pryor. Pryor went in for one play.
Pryor.
And he hurt his knee on a handoff, I believe it was. And then Carson Palmer. Then there was the Jamarcus Russell, his rookie year.
Right. And he split with who was it? I mean, let's face it. When you're down to your 3rd quarterback in 1 year, you're not winning many games.
Yeah.
I rarely see a team, except for those Arizona Cardinals under the Bruce Arians. Remember, there was a team, Arizona Cardinal team, that managed to make the playoff, and they lost 3 quarterbacks in 1 year. They were starting number 4 in the playoffs because they had all been injured. So, I mean, but other than that, except
we did that 2016 too.
Yeah,
we started a rookie. We started a rookie quarterback in the playoffs.
And
the third one for the season.
Right. I understand that, but usually it doesn't end well. When you're changing out your signal caller that many times, and that's because your O-line can't block. What's the other domino that falls? Our deep passing game.
I was going to say running game.
I am a Raider. And one of the signatures of the Raiders, the entire franchise, 60 years, is throwing the ball deep.
Al Davis said the ability to drop that bomb, no matter if it's first down or not, we're not gonna take what the defense gives us. We're gonna take what we want. We're gonna go out there and just throw it downfield on whatever coverage it is. That was the Al Davis. That was the Al Davis way.
But see, that had purpose to it, because Al, there was always a purpose. Just like the quarterback must down, he must down early.
Mm-hmm.
That was sound fundamental football. If you're throwing the ball deep, if you're a threat deep, no corner, no safety can ever be comfortable.
Yeah.
He can never think that he can creep up on a line of scrimmage and make a tackle behind the line or blitz. That was that couldn't happen because your deep passing game was such a threat.
And speaking of, like you said, Al Davis said, and Asylum always goes to that same quote too. The quarterback must go down. He must go down hard within the first 5 plays. It's the same thing on offense. Is we got to go deep. I don't care if it's first down, because you got to set that tone early that we're gonna go deep. So, do you really want to come up to the line of scrimmage, and do you really want to go up to our guy?
Do you really want to stay in 5 and 6 man front?
Yeah.
See, this is why we go back to the concept of Turner's offense. And for that matter, Getsy before him, because like you pointed out, and thank you for educating me, we haven't changed the playbook at all. This is most disappointing. I don't know why you gave that to me. Now my turkey won't go down quite the way. I have to take a little time to put this in my pipe. But that was our signature as a rate. And again, Jason Downs, you are right. Just the threat of the deep pass keeps those and in this day and age, linebackers, safeties, and corners honest.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not even. I don't care if you throw deep 5 times and have 0 completions. You can either.
It's just the fact that you did it.
Exactly. And one of 2 things could happen. You could get lucky. You get a PI. And tell me how many times that doesn't happen, where you're throwing a ball you really didn't expect it to be completed, but some knucklehead corner, gets caught. And the second thing is, you could catch somebody sleeping.
Yeah.
Somebody fell down.
bad
Cover
communication.
your guy.
The safety went in, and now you got a deep post by
And
himself.
nobody's home. Nobody's home.
Yeah,
You gotta take that chance. Now, if you're having trouble getting past protection, now you have to worry about how you design your underneath game. Okay. And I have to have some good teachers on this. You leave your underneath game to your tight ends and running backs. Okay.
yeah.
Not your wide receivers. Whenever I mean, where did the philosophy come in that your underneath game was your wide receivers, which is what the Raiders are doing right now, allegedly because they have no time to throw.
I
Okay.
think I remember the first time I seen that was Randy Moss on the Raiders under Turner.
Yeah. Is it on the Turner? Yeah.
Under North Turner, they wanted him to do some crossing routes, and Randy Moss was, I'm not trying to defend Randy Moss because whatever, but he's, he's like, I'm a deep guy. You have me go in the middle. My skinny self is gonna go in the middle with all these
Really?
big linebackers and
I ain't
everybody.
Megatron, it's not like I got some meat on my bones,
Yeah, yeah,
and you drag some folks across the middle. See, it's about the concept and thinking of an offensive coordinator in designing his plays. You leave the underneath stuff and since we have a badass at tight end, he's the perfect underneath decoy.
yeah,
Okay? If you want to have a deep game. But we've been never to put the up top on it. We've never been able to do it. Another domino effect of the O line. Now our own offensive coordinators are afraid to call deep passes. Why? Because
because
their
our quarterback's
quarterback,
getting hurt.
well, he's getting hurt
Because there
anyway.
ain't no time. There's no
Wait a minute.
time.
But no deep game at all, and your quarterbacks are still getting hurt.
Yeah,
Your
yeah,
block,
and it was something that me and Asylum keep saying is, well, if the passing game is working more than the running game, use the passing game to open up that running game. And I don't know if that is Zeus. I don't know if it's the blocking scheme. He's not used to that. He's a power back. Because that's what I keep saying. Maybe he's a power back. That's why he was working better
nobody can
last.
run behind that line. Nobody. And
Yeah,
I was very happy to see Sincere, bless his heart, but the Raiders only rushed for total of 66 yards, 63 yards. That's not gonna get it done, folks. We need a team rushing. What was the total? I mean, of course,
Rushing 69 yards.
I was kind of playing in math class, so I did 69 yards. All right, 69 yards. That's not going to get it done. That is a team rushing total.
yeah,
Okay? That's not going to get it done. We need not only to have a deep threat, but we need to also find some holes.
yeah,
Find some way to generate a running game. Another domino falls in place. And it all starts with the O line. O line, O line, O line. And I can't, and of course, everybody knows, guys, you guys know that when your offense is not functioning properly, your defense is pretty much
yeah,
on the
yeah,
field.
yeah.
Right?
All the time.
Especially with the turnovers too, trying to defend on short
No.
fields.
That as well, but the turnovers, I go right back to the O line.
Yeah,
Everybody's nervous. Anybody that's playing in the backfield is a nervous Nelly, right? Because they're already bracing to get hit as they get the ball because they know the O line ain't open no holes, and they know that people have made penetration already. They can see the penetration.
yeah.
So they already know they're gonna get hit. And poor little Minshew, I have to say, if he don't have PTSD after this season, I could
What?
see it on Sunday how traumatized he was. Could you see it
He's
in his face?
he's had that look for a while. He's had that look for a while where he just has he don't look like the Minshew that beat us last year when he played for the Colts. He looked like a Minshew that seen a murder and now he's traumatized and I don't know what to do. Should I come forward? Should I not? Who's behind me? Who's in front of me? Who's following me? They saw that I was a witness. I don't know.
Wait a minute, you forgot who's gonna get pushed into me.
Yeah,
because you know that's coming.
Yeah,
your own guy, you know it's gonna be one of your own guys, right?
Yeah.
I think the injury was actually a blessing. But again, one more domino falling from the poor O-line play. Everything that we have talked about links directly back to that O-line play. And I kept, when he got hurt, when I saw him walking off with his little, I thought it was like a separated shoulder or something, a Gannon injury. Remember Gannon?
Yeah, Saragusa.
Right, Saragusa falls on him and all that.
No flag.
Of course.
Yeah.
We weren't getting the flag on that one.
Yeah. They threw a flag on Ryzen in the back of the end zone for a push off.
Of course. I mean, we're Raiders. You gotta throw the flag on the Raiders.
The only time I wish we did get a flag was against Shannon Sharp on that long pass. I wish one of them safeties would have grabbed them, at least would have stopped the play right there, because that was the difference in that game.
That's what I was talking about. Why you have to throw deep, because you never know when you're gonna get a gift from Santa Claus. Okay, that flag comes out. That's just as good as a completion. Okay. But and you're right, Anna. I don't see him ever coming back either. This is not what he signed up for.
Yeah.
He came here to be the starter. Little did he know that nobody was paying attention to that offensive line. And I mean, the look on his face, that injury pretty much. Now we have AOC, and this is going to be my last because, fellas, I got to hang out. People are blowing up my phone. AOC Friday. What chance will he have behind that O-line?
He's bigger than the other quarterback, so he could take more of a hit.
This is why I love Savage and Asylum. They're so on point.
I mean, he's a bigger dude, built like Manning, them big quarterbacks like a Big Ben, because he's had taken a lot of big hits. Yeah, he has taken a lot of big hits, and he'll get up, because he's a bigger guy. But
just keep his hands away from helmets.
Yeah, that was the only thing, was his thumb getting jammed. But outside of that,
he's not gonna be able to control that. Because he may look up any play and see a 66 jersey in his face, right?
Yeah.
I can harm any number of players pushed into him. I'm looking at that sack total. He's missed. How many games did he miss? How many games did he play?
He started 2 games. He started the Steeler game. Then he got hurt starting against the Rams, and he's been out since. I believe it's been 6 weeks. This is going to be his 7th week, so he'll be coming into back. I think that's right. Oh no, 5 weeks. 5 weeks. Yeah, right. Asylum.
But we've seen him in mop-up duty too. Right?
Yes.
When they got tired of Minshew throwing interceptions, right? They yanked him and put AOC in. This is early in the year. He's been sacked 27 times, fellas.
Yeah.
In 2 years, yeah.
I mean, I think, I don't know what I see, but I just see a lot of sacks.
Yeah. And I mean, this show, we're Team Ramrod.
Team Ramrod.
So
how smart defense Kansas City is under Spagnuolo. You know exactly what they're dialing up for AOC. Just like they did to him Christmas Day. Remember Christmas Day?
Yeah.
He has 62 yards passing. They
all in the
had
first quarter.
right. They had him complete. That's what Kansas City always does. I'm surprised people don't understand what Kansas City does. They let you do whatever you want in the first quarter. That's so they can observe your game plan, and then they adjust, and then you don't get to do it no more. So I'm thinking what we're going to see is a lot of sacks.
Yeah, because the one thing that outside of the defense making the plays they did last year, the fumble return, and then right after was the Jack Jones pick six. The running game was able to keep the offense on the field, and I think that, or that's what AP had said that he switched. Let's just keep power, just power running, power running, power running. But we don't have that right now, and I don't think the running game is gonna surprise us and finally show up because
Nope.
it's a big game, nationally televised after Thanksgiving, like it was
Especially
last year on Christmas.
right, but especially against the Chiefs, who are
Yeah,
who are masters at
What's
the
my
adjust.
birthday?
It's time for me to sneak on out. I got to
No,
go and get
yeah, in the side pocket.
turkeys tonight. So, but it's always been great. I
Other
hope
one.
you guys have a wonderful holiday, and I will see you in 2 weeks.
In two
all
weeks.
right.
I hope
Well,
you have
you
a happy Thanksgiving yourself.
All
yes,
right.
happy
Bye bye,
Thanksgiving.
everybody. Bye, John and Anna and Jason. Bye bye.
Wait, where's your outro? Outro. All right,
Did you
Asylum.
find it? Stop.
That was Miss Peggy with her perspective. We want to thank Miss Peggy for coming on, especially the day before Thanksgiving. We always give thanks for when she can make time to come onto our show and basically school us and give her knowledge
Anyone
to everyone
else?
who's watching because she knows her ish. Okay.
Yeah, she knows her shit.
Yes. So we want to thank you. Happy Thanksgiving, Miss Peggy. Thank you
Even
for
if she,
coming on.
even if you don't think she knows her shit, she knows her shit.
Oh yeah, she'll come with names and everything too. Okay. So
Oh yeah, and she'll fuck you up. You could be a fan of another team, and she'll fuck you up there too, because she knows those names and everything as well.
that's why she is a perfect fit for the cage match because
The cage
she
match.
brings intimidation with the knowledge that she possesses. Oh yeah. All
Oh
right.
yeah. Oh
Uh,
yeah.
let's go into cage match news update. So here we go. James Earl Jones. Here we go.
Thank you.
This is CMN, a cage match news update.
My bad. Didn't mean to cut you off.
It's all
My
good.
bad.
I was just saying thanks, James Earl Jobs. That's all.
All right.
I just
First,
wasn't quick enough.
just like that commercial. First news update. Gardner Minshew on Sunday against the Broncos suffered a broken collarbone,
Collarbone.
and will be out for the remainder of the season. As you can see right there was his mistake, putting his elbow down to brace himself, basically pushing into his shoulder, and now he is out for the season. This most likely would probably be the last time we would see Gardner Minshew in a Raider uniform if he is able to come back and play. Because I remember the last time I seen an injury of a collarbone was Jason Campbell in 2011 against the Browns, the first home game after Al Davis passed away, trying to slide for a first down. He slid awkwardly and collarbone injury. I haven't, and I don't remember him coming back to the NFL in general after that. So, prayers for Minshew. I feel bad for him because he took a lot of hits, and yeah, he wasn't playing great for the Raiders, but you never want to see a guy go out that way, especially one that kept trying to come back and play. Even when he thought he wasn't going to start after they changed offensive coordinators, he looked like he was surprised and happy on that press conference when they told him, "How does it feel to start?" Hold on, wait, I'm starting? Okay. So I feel bad for him, stats aside, he really tried his best with what he had, and you never want to see a guy go out that way. He gave his
I
heart
never
out.
wish injury on anybody,
Yeah.
even on the opposing team and the teams I hate. I still don't wish injury on anybody, and especially like that.
I don't know because when Romanowski landed on Shannon Sharp in that Monday night game in Denver and separated his elbow, I was kind of like, "That's what you get, Shannon Sharp." But I was also younger,
There's always exceptions to every rule, right?
There's exceptions to every rule and every player. Not when it's on your own team, So, yeah. So his stats before he went out: 25 of 42, 230 yards, one touchdown, one interception. Was a bad ball he sailed over Myers. Sacked 3 times for 12 yards total, and his stats throughout the year. I mean, I guess it's a lot. A lot of the play was on him, but then also a lot of the play was probably on the offensive coordinator Getsy. So I don't want to say it is what it is when it comes to Minshew's Raider career stat wise, but I
It is
mean
what it is.
it is what it is. But like we said, we never want to see a guy, especially a Raider, who really went out there and tried his best to do something with this offense to go down the way he went down. But which leads us to our next news update. Aiden O'Connell has been activated from IR and was officially named today the starter for Black Friday against the Chiefs at the end of this week after Thanksgiving this Friday.
Yeah, I thought it was a hand, not a helmet.
Yeah, it was the hand with the
Yeah,
defensive end.
yeah. He smacked him in the hand and jammed the thumb. It wasn't hitting him in the helmet. It was the
Yeah,
guy got off his block and was able to get up in his face and of course interrupt that throw. Well, didn't really interrupt it, but he interrupted it enough to jam that thumb, and
Th-
the rest is history.
this is in regards to Minshew, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, I felt bad, especially he was trying to hold back tears of pain, and I'm all like, this guy really tried his best, and yeah, like I said, the play
Hey,
it is.
I've seen him try more in the situations he was in than other players that some people still want to consider Raiders. Once a Raider, always a Raider kind of bullshit. I've seen other
Yeah,
people give up on the team, and Minshew never, even with all the bullshit he went through with starting, not starting, being a backup, doing this, doing that, not playing well, throwing interceptions. He still gave it, he gave it his all every game, whether it was good or bad.
yeah,
He gave it his all.
yeah, and unlike other guys who claimed they had a hamstring injury and then decided that they didn't want to play here anymore, not naming any names or talking to anybody specifically, just saying, just saying.
His initials may or may not be DA.
No, it's not the district attorney. No, it's not. It's not Dennis Allen. No, uh, he was fired on his own cause. So, Aiden O'Connell will be the starter going in this week. Well, quick turnaround going into this Friday. He'll be starting against the Kansas City Chiefs, where it's kind of fitting because he was the last quarterback to beat Kansas City in Arrowhead on a holiday weekend. So, is everything lining up? I don't know. Just saying.
I mean, I want to say yes, but there's two key things missing, and that was a defense that played really fucking well. We got too many injuries there, and then we were able to run the ball too.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah. The two main ingredients that won that game is
yeah,
not.
it's hurting us right now.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens, but we have hope. I guess we have hope. And the last news of the cage match news update. Raider greats cornerback Eric Allen and offensive guard, or OG, Steve Wisniewski named as Hall of Fame 25 finalists. So there's 25 players still as finalists. So they're on to the next step. Hopefully, they can be hopefully they can make it and have more Raiders in there. Eric Allen, he played 58 regular season games with 56 starts in the silver and black, and played 4 postseason games, accumulated 15 interceptions, 3 of which he returned for touchdowns. 6-time Pro Bowler, amassed 54 interceptions in his entire career, in his 14-year NFL career. And this is his 5th time making the semifinals. Steve Wisniewski played in 206 games with 206 starts of a possible 208 regular season games over his 13-year career with the Raiders, as well 9 postseason games. The guard was a 2-time first-team All-Pro, 8-time Pro Bowler, and was selected to the NFL 1990s All-Decade Team. This is his 2nd time being or making it to the 25 player or 25 nominee finals. So hopefully we can get more Raiders in there. And those 2 guys right there, especially Wisniewski, deserves to be in Canton. So hopefully we'll see them next year in August.
Hopefully, yeah. August, yeah.
Yeah. They'll make it official right before the Super Bowl. So I guess hopefully we know that hopefully both of them, but at least one of them makes it in, and see them going on stage in Canton to get their bust and their gold jackets. So that is your CMN news update right there. Asylum. This game in Denver. No, sorry, it wasn't Denver. It was at home. This game against Denver.
Against Denver, there you go.
Against Denver. I mean, the Raiders had the lead. They got a lead early in the game.
Yeah, they did.
So, I mean, they're doing something.
Again, like we talked about, there was plus and minuses in this game up until Minshew really got hurt. We were really in this game and really headed to tie the game and possibly make it go to overtime. And then, unfortunately, the injury happened. And, we kind of, I hate saying it, not against Ritter or anything, but we lost our chance at least upsetting the Broncos.
Yeah. Yeah, because like you said earlier, the Raiders were in position to at least go downfield and tie the game. But after that hit that Minshew took and the way he came down on the shoulder, it was just after that. I mean, Ritter coming in, I know he started off with trying to run for a first down on that first play after that strip sack that he took, or that hit that he took where he fumbled, and then they ended up scoring a touchdown on that. It was just, like always, we have hope, and then
it goes taken away from us.
Yes, so
it gets snatched from us, and then we don't know. We stand there not knowing, what do I do now?
Yeah,
Cheers.
I mean, there were positives in this game. Miss Peggy talked about, and I don't have the graphic for this. I didn't know how to make the graphic, but she was talking about how we had a lot of
how to make a graphic.
I don't, it's just, it's.
You only had one job.
The Raiders had a lot of TFLs in this game, and one was Max Crosby, who has 102 now. This was a stat that when we were talking about it, me and you, Asylum, we were kind of like, oh, wow. The TFL stat didn't become official until 1999. So as of 1999, Max Crosby joins a group, a very elite group of players in their first 6 seasons to have 100, over 100 TFLs, which is tackles for loss. J.J. Watt with 133, Aaron Donald with 117, and DeMarcus Ware with 101. Max Crosby becomes the first Raider, when the stat became official, to make 100 tackles for loss. The next highest Raider was Khalil Mack with 68, and 68 in 4 years. So Max Crosby going up the rankings there. And as you see in this defensive stats, 325 total yards given up, passing yards 262, rushing yards 63. So I guess that was good. They kept them under 100. They kept them near, 50. So first downs, they allowed 19. Third down conversion, 6 out of 15. They got 1 sack, and that was Tyree Wilson. They forced 4 punts. They didn't get no takeaways, and the Broncos had the ball for 31 minutes and 11 seconds. So Jack Jones, Richardson, the two cornerbacks back there had the most tackles in the game, 7 for Jones and 5 with 3 assists for Richardson. So the defense is playing with a lot of rookies, newbies, guys who are seeing a lot of action now that could work out for them next year. So what do you think about that, Asylum?
I mean, the only reason some of these guys are being thrown in there, as we keep saying, is it's just injuries. I mean, secondary's banged up. I mean, linebacker core is not really banged up, but I think we got a couple of injuries. That defensive line is banged up. Offense is banged up. I mean, we started 2 running backs that we weren't expecting to see probably at all because both
Yeah,
starting running backs were out due to injuries from the game before.
yeah.
So I mean, Abdullah, he's at the end of his career. Things going good. McCormick, I saw some promise. You know, uh, Wide receivers, I think everyone on that list except for Bowers has had time off due to an injury of one sort or another. So, I mean, yeah, it's next man mentality, but sometimes some of these next men aren't just quite ready, but it's good to get them the time. Let's get them the time because all this is going to do is help them out for the next year.
Yeah, and it when you got and they say, injuries, everybody has injuries. You can't make it an excuse, but it's also the reality. And when you have a lot of new guys, now McCormick though, he had that one good run for over 10 yards. He had that one good run up the middle. So maybe there's a future right there. It just depends on what happens next year with the offense, what type of offense we're gonna run, power, keep with the zone block. So that all depends on that.
Who we
But
bring in that offensive line? I mean,
yes, yeah.
we definitely
So
have holes on the offensive line. Like Peggy was saying, and you and me talked about it. Time and time over this year is maybe the Colton Miller experiment's over.
yeah,
I know neither one of us wants James to come back, but I don't know if we're going to get that wish being he signed that 3-year extension. So we might be stuck with him. We'll see. But I do like seeing JPJ in that position.
I mean, maybe they can move him to guard and see. Maybe I don't know because they have to pay him. This was that he was re-signed by Tom Telesco. Probably, not. I'm not saying it's his fault, but we wasn't gonna. Probably didn't realize that JPJ was gonna have to get thrown in there, and now he's showing more promise than James is. So it's one
Yeah,
of those.
but
Either,
even Parham showed more promise than James has all fucking time that the
yeah,
both of them are playing together. I mean,
yeah,
we said that before too. We'd rather have Parham at center now before JPJ instead of James.
yeah. So he's either gonna be cut with 2 years left and whatever, or keep him as a reserve, part as a reserve, maybe for
It
next year.
depends on how big his guaranteed is.
Yeah. So that is yet to see because it just seems like around this time of the year, especially when there's no playoffs to be, we're not going to the playoffs.
Looking
So
forward to. We're
yeah, so
not.
there's that. I mean, no,
We don't have a chance. You're not telling me there's a chance.
no. In the words
No.
of why am I forgetting his name? Um, from the Colts coach. Uh, playoffs. Why am I forgetting
Oh,
his
oh
name?
yeah.
His
Oh,
son His son coached also in the NFL. I can't remember his name though. So
more.
Jim Mora. Jim Mora. Back in
Playoffs.
the mind in our Rolodex of information and everything. So with that said, it is Black Friday coming up, so that means that is deals, I guess, to be made. I hope I got uploaded the right ones. I did upload the right ones. Okay, so here we go. Assignment. I wanted to ask Peggy this, but we didn't have a chance to. But out of these guys, because you want to, if you sign them now, you get them on a discount because they're not being poached by the open market at the end of the season. Out of these 6 guys who are starters and has made plays in the Raider uniform, who are these 6 guys would you bring back, give them a contract now to keep them on the roster and not have, have to outbid anybody else in the offseason? Who would you give contracts to right now?
Well, I mean, two of them off the bat. I've been saying it for a while here. First one's Robert Spillane, and that boy should
Yes.
be signed already. I don't know what the hell they're waiting for. And if you want to have any knock on Telesco right now, that's the knock I got. Why is Robert Spillane signed, sealed, and delivered for the next 3 years? Second one for sure, I'm gonna have to go with Nate Hobbs. I mean, Nate Hobbs by himself, when it comes to nickel corner, you have to fight. I mean, it's Revis Island. Remember Revis, Daryl
Yeah, yeah,
Revis, right? Revis Island. I mean,
yeah.
Dobbs in the nickel does it by himself. Now, when he's not playing nickel and going, it's not quite Revis Island, but he's still there. He can go, and then just to be able to get him at the cheaper and keep him going and everything. Peggy was talking about it earlier. He's been missing since his injury, and that's going to have to be Marcus F. Those are the 3 I think you got to sign up now, get him at the discounts, and then everybody else we could just see what the market is going to offer at the end of the season.
Yeah, I would give for sure, you sign Splain now because once he gets into the open market, and unless I want to be a Raider, so unless maybe he told Telesco, hey, let's not worry about it right now. Unless you got a number or whatever, let's not worry about it right now. I want to stay with this team and go from there. Uh, but Spillane, number one, yes. I would give Kuntz a 1-year prove it deal. The year he didn't get to have this year because he started off the season on injury, never got to see the field in the regular season. So Kuntz, and then of course, yes, Nate Hobbs, and then if there is another guy I cited at, I would say it would be between Morig and Epps. Morig being younger, being drafted by the Raiders, maybe him. Palamau has been playing good back there. Maybe maybe they take a chance and just keep Palamau and then Morig. But I would like them both, the both safeties, to come back. But if not, I'm leaning more towards Trayvon Morig to come back with Kuntz on a 1-year deal. Hobbs get a new deal, and of course Spillane get a new deal from this list right here. So, and then you got guys the year after next year, and this is a lot of the offensive line or a lot of the offensive players, whatever, that Peggy was talking about. You do have a Colt Miller who will be a free agent after next season. You do have Jacoby Myers, who was a surprise pickup. I know we all, because of the Patriot takeover, were all like, Jacoby Myers, he threw us a touchdown in that one game to Chandler Jones. But he was a surprise free agent, him and Spillane. So, and then, Zamir White, who hasn't looked good this year. Could that be because of the line, the offense, or whatever it is? And then Thayer Mumford, who was supposed to be the starting right tackle, got injured. I mean, a starting right tackle, went over to left when Colton Miller got injured, but then he didn't look all that great as he did the year before, last year. So out of these guys, who would you say that you would give a contract now and just get it over with?
All right, well, I'm gonna go for my first 3 automatically are going to be Jacoby, Carlson, and AJ Cole.
Yes,
Carlson and
yes.
AJ Cole, they've been doing their job. They deserve, those extensions, what's going. Jacoby, he's proven he could be our number one wide receiver. So definitely bring him in and keep that going. So whoever our quarterback is knows who they're fucking throwing to. And the only one I'm iffy on would be Jack Jones.
Yeah.
Great last year when we brought him in. This year he's kind of been showing you that headache that was part of the reason he was let go in New England and hasn't quite played to the same satisfaction as he did last year. So that's the only one I'm iffy on. I mean, I like Jones, and if he can get back to playing like he was, then I'll add him to there. But my three for damn sure were the first three I said.
Yeah, with a lot of money that we're gonna have this offseason, just this offseason alone, after getting rid of Devontae Adams, I would extend Jacoby Myers now because he'll get a lot of offers going into
Oh yeah,
his offseason after next season. I will give him just extend him now, and yeah, the two are two consistent players, our special teams, Daniel Carlson, the place kicker, and the punter AJ Cole. And I would wait to see how Jack Jones bounces back from this season next season to decide, just like you said,
yeah,
to decide um, if he deserves an extension because he's still on his rookie contract from New England when he was drafted. So, and then Jeff says, boot part him now. Just get him out now. So, that was,
that's what Peggy was saying.
yeah. So, and me
They're
and
on the
you,
same page.
we did have high hopes for Parham. We did have high
Uh huh.
hopes. We did have slightly high hopes for Mumford, but like I said, whatever it is, if it's the offensive line, the scheme, the way the offense is called, the play calling the offense, these guys haven't really showed out there on the field. If anything, on a pass block, that's just straight man on man. Keep your footing, stand your guy up, keep him stalemate for the quarterback to throw the ball. But yeah, they're getting overpowered on the offensive line, and their time could be coming up. If not this season, after next season, let them walk. So
Yeah.
the concession stand. But it is what it is. And of course, with us losing, and we don't really want to talk about it, but I know it's a topic that gets brought up because we don't want to think about next season. I know next season is what we got to think about. This season is done, but there's still 6 games left. But everyone is checking the standings or the reverse standings of that number 1 pick, and as you see here, the Raiders are third in line, second for a quarterback, but
Return.
third in line behind the Jaguars and the New York Giants. So, looking at this, Asylum, what do you say?
Well, I say that's what our record is. I mean, we suck, right? No, I mean, we're here. We're not tanking, and even Crosby has said, that kind of shit. They're trying. It's not worked out. Whatever the experiment was with Getsy and all that, it did not work out. AP's gaining his lumps. We don't know what we have at QB with O'Connell. So, who knows what this is? He's coming back. Who's to say O'Connell doesn't rattle off 6 straight wins? And then we'll be taking in a completely different spot. But with that O line, too, who's to say that, we don't end up with the number 1 position? Well, no, we're going to play actually the Jaguars one game, aren't we? So,
Yeah.
we might be fighting for that number 1 position with the Jaguars and everything. So, it is what it is. It's going to be. I have faith in Telesco when it comes to the draft. He did a hell of a job, uh, you know, with Brock Bowers. So, whatever position we end up in, I have faith he'll get us a good player.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Before we'd be like, it doesn't matter where we pick on the first overall pick. I mean, for the first round because we never really had a GM. Say in the last decade that knew how to pick in that top round, because we had a lot of guys that are no longer in the league that we had just picked just a few years ago. So, but with Telesco, yeah, seeing how he said, hey, you know what? There's no quarterbacks available that we want. We didn't just get somebody just to get somebody. Best man available, and that he has been the best man on the team, and that is Brock Bowers, like you said. The only team, and like Jeff said in the comments, he's going to be a big Giants fan coming up. Big, wait, what did he say?
Cowboys fan.
Cowgirls
Gotta be a
fan going
Cowboys
against the
fan.
Giants. Going against the Giants. I just think it's just weird to say going for the Cowboys. That's why my mind auto corrected like an iPhone. Corrected it the wrong way. But like you said, Max Crosby said we ain't taking, so
If we're not playing to win, then what are we doing? You know what I mean? I don't play to get a better pick. I don't even doesn't even register in my brain. You know what I mean? I go out there trying to win. I know these guys are trying to win, and we got great players in this locker room and guys that put everything into it. So we're just going to keep staying together and keep trying to find ways to win. You look in there, you walk in Monday, tomorrow in the morning, there'll be everybody in there working out. Tuesday, same thing. You know what I mean? So I never doubt the players and the mindset of everybody in that locker room. Guys show up every day with the mindset to get better. So that's all you can ask for. I love this team, and I love my teammates. You know what I mean? They're continuously working on improving their craft. And as a leader and as a guy that literally I live in the building, it's nothing cooler to see.
So we're not taking.
Nothing cooler to see. No,
Yeah. So
no. I mean, and I get it. I mean, who wants to play to lose? I mean, come on. You know, they're professionals and everything. As he said it, the draft pick's not his concern. His concern is winning games, and that's how we should see it. I mean, if we're bad enough to get that number one seed, then that's great. But I'm not going to, I don't want, no, we lose respect for players. And I'm going to say this as Raiders fans, if anybody saw anybody on the team giving up, I don't give a fuck how bad we are, saw them giving up, they'd be all over them like white on rice and talking about, hella shit because, oh my God, this, that, the other. So, lose naturally, that's one thing. But you go out there to fucking win every game. You don't go out there to fucking just we might as well just forfeit everything and just say whoever we're playing, give them the wins, let them all heal up, and we'll just fucking, start focusing on who our draft pick's going to be.
yeah, and I mean, I wanted to ask Peggy this question too, because I keep seeing people saying that because we weren't expecting we weren't expecting the season that we're having now after how they looked at the end of last year, those last 9 games under when AP took over. But, that's why I had asked the question at the beginning of the season when I said, or before the season started, I said, yeah, okay, we have our own expectations on what we feel this team should look like, but what is the actual reality expectations? Because we all knew that AP, this is his third
First,
full year. Well, his third full year as an NFL coach.
yeah,
His first year as an NFL head coach. And the first year and a half before he became interim, he was a linebackers coach. So we all knew that going in. And we all were saying AP, 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 AP. Now there's a lot of folks who have jumped off that ship, and I'm not. I get the evidence or whatever it is. It is what it is. 2-9, worst running game, 8-32. Offense can't whatever. Our defense has taken a big step back. A lot of that is because of injuries. But I would see this comment a lot, and I want to ask you about it. People will comment on all these shows talking about everybody was calling for. I'm paraphrasing. Everybody was calling for McDaniels' head last year. How come we're not doing the same for AP? My
is it my
take
turn?
is, huh?
Okay, go ahead.
I'll go.
I,
My
I, Yeah. Go ahead. I didn't know if the pause was for you or me.
No, sorry, because I thought you was going to jump in. But I'll go first. The difference is we all knew that AP was a first-time head coach. We all knew it. We all saw it. We all knew it. McDaniels had a shot at being a head coach in Denver over 10 years ago. Didn't work out. None of
Had his
us,
chance in Indy and backed out of it.
yes. And when he was hired, a lot of Raider fans were all like, I don't like this hire. So him coming in, nobody liked the hire. Nobody liked the hire. We all want a Bisaccia. Nobody liked the hire.
Oh.
He has what, 20 years of NFL experience as a coach, as an offensive coordinator, as a coach in general, as an offensive coordinator with the Patriots. Plus, he also had Brady, so that helped a lot too. But him coming in to the Raiders, second stint as a head coach, and he was in charge of the offense. That was the big issue and the big problem for this team. So that's why everyone was all like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this. So that's my take. The difference between AP and McDaniels and why a lot of folks ain't really jumping off. Now, some folks are saying get Sanders, but they're not saying fire him now, fire him now. What do you think?
Well, no, I mean, the experience is part of it. You have to give him a fucking chance. He's a rookie head coach. He's got to
Yeah,
learn what he doesn't know. He doesn't learn what he doesn't know until he starts coaching and figures out what he doesn't know. Second of all, it's continuity with coaches. We're doing that. We said that. Even Hondo says you got to give him at least 20 games.
yeah,
Well, he hasn't reached that 20 games. I mean, you can't call for his head yet. He's dealt with a lot of injuries. He's in the process of rebuilding the team with Tom Telesco, whose team was that before. It was McDaniels. It's
mm-hmm.
almost like this what Reggie McKenzie had to do with the salary cap when Al Davis died. He had a lot of maneuvering to do to get a salary cap to be able to bring in players. Well, AP's got to sit there and figure out who's his players, who's not his players. Some of the people we're bitching about, were people that McDaniels brought in, and now but because we need to fill spaces, you got to keep him. He's got to slowly be able to bring in his people. It's just a thing of patience that a lot of Raider Nation does not have, and there are people now who are calling for his head. But in
Yeah,
all reality, if you keep doing that, whoever comes in and let's say it's fucking Dion, you give him a year. Are you going to fucking ask for his head? If it's the same kind of fucking record, or if you going to be like, oh, give him a chance. I don't like this double standard shit because it's just who you want. You know, we've done. We were just talking about the wide receivers coach. Yeah, maybe it's about time for him to go. At least he was stability on the team, and he's made it through all these years. But now we know at least he's part of the problem.
yeah,
So now you can move on. You can't fucking have a coach. I mean, Getsy, okay, going off of last year, going this, it was probably not a good fit. Maybe, he could do it. Maybe he can't. Just like head coaches. How many fucking head coaches get, gone through before you fucking find out the ones that can do it and can't do it? They all have to be given a chance. So just give AP his chance. Let's see what he could do going. I mean, Sean Payton, it took him 2 years to get the damn Broncos into something.
yeah,
Yes, he's got the head coaching experience, but come on, there was people, Broncos fans that wanted him gone last year.
yeah. After
I,
getting rid of
I,
Russell Wilson, yeah,
Russell, so I mean, you know, so what's going on here? You're going to give a man a chance and do his job. We all started a job, didn't know what the hell we were doing. There was probably people calling for us to be fired, but we were able to stick it through, do what we had to do. Give him a chance. I mean, give him at least a second year. Give him at least a second year. McDaniels was different. Well, first of all, he had a full year, got fired partway through the second year. But
yeah,
like you
boy,
said, he had that stint with the Broncos for what was it, 3 years? While he was with 2.5 years, whatever it was with the
yeah, yeah,
Broncos.
yeah.
So he's proven to the world now that okay, he can be an offensive coordinator and that's it.
Offensive coordinator with Brady because he didn't do so well with the Rams. when they try
That's
to be
true.
offensive coordinator over there. So
That's true. But still, it's a different circumstance right now with things going. And you want to talk about big difference is, McDaniel's tore apart a good team and turned them into shit.
yeah,
AP got a team that has not given up, but it was not in comparison of the team that McDaniel's inherited. So
yeah,
let's give him a chance. I've been saying this for continuity reasons, everything else. Give him a chance. Let's see what the hell happens.
yeah. And I know people's um, people's concerns are if he does come back and we do draft a quarterback in the first round, is he going to be able to help with the development of that quarterback? And I would say that, well, you would have to get a competent, a good
Offensive coordinator.
offensive coordinator to deal with that. But I mean, I guess it all depends on what happens. But I would say, and I'm speaking more towards, I'm tired of having new coaches come in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And
Yeah, we've
and the
also.
fact, well, it was like the fact that we knew that AP was coming in here with the least amount of experience becoming a head coach outside of Jeff Saturday, who came in one game, beat us, and then he lost the rest of the year and said, "No, I don't feel like coming back." So outside of Jeff Saturday, 2 years ago with the Colts, but I mean, he was just brought in like, "Hey man, we got nobody, come save us." Okay,
Yeah.
run the ball, run the ball, or run the ball. Like he yelled at Peyton Manning, "Run the ball." Okay, we don't talk about us, whatever. So outside of Jeff Saturday, I mean, the players haven't quit, like you said. The players haven't quit, and they all understand injuries happen. A lot of guys are out, and they're trying not to make that as an excuse. And like I said, there's a great line between excuse and reality. But the team that came in day one, half of them are not even here going into week 2 or 13. So, and they were all like one by one. Each game we lost somebody. Each game we lost somebody. Each game we lost somebody. So, but speaking of players who are not quitting, I know you have Asylum. You have some insane plays that you want to show off.
Oh yeah, we actually have some. We
Yes.
actually, we had, even though it's a losing effort, I saw enough in there that we actually have some insane plays, insane playmakers, situations that are worthy of being on the show.
Yes. So here we go. Asylum's insane playmakers.
Asylum's insane playmakers.
All right, here we go.
Okay, which is this? Okay,
Dylan
this is the
Lave.
Dylan Lave run. I mean, talk about sparking, putting a fire under everybody's ass. We marched down the field after this. I mean, this was something that we have not seen. Everyone, come on. Everyone only remembers that fumble. Even Peggy brought it up. Only remembered his one fumble again, with TJ Watt, who's a hell of a player, to get it out. But that run there, nobody saw that coming. It sparked a fire under the offense, under the coach. Everybody, for the next couple of series and everything, what more, what do we want? All I wanted to see him was get the ball again during every damn kickoff. And unfortunately, every time he touched it after that, it was a kneel down. But you know what? He deserves to be the first one right there to light the fire under the ass that we needed to see. And boy, did it work.
Yep. Going on special teams. Here we go with the punt. Here we go.
Now here, come on. The fake punt. When was the last time we seen the Raiders try a fake punt and let them succeed? We have AJ Cole throwing the ball, and then you have Divine Diablo catching it. Come on. Divine caught better than Devontae Adams all season. Look at that. Bam. Devontae would have dropped that shit. Come on, let's be real. And then Carl, I mean, he just lobbed that right. I mean, almost like he's done it before that. He even put that little flare there at the end with the hit, like stepped up with on the threes. I mean, he had that going. I mean, don't tell me that did not have everyone fired up right then and there. Because I guarantee, I know when I saw it, I wasn't expecting it, and I don't think anybody in Raider Nation expected to see that happen right then and there. And kudos to you too. That was just a beautiful thing. I like to see a little bit more of that.
Yeah, I mean that showed like it was aggressiveness and it was some, what's the word? Deceiving. I don't know. I was trying to come up with something, but
deception. Deception because I mean everyone thought it was a punt. I know I looked up saying, "Who the fuck he's running the what?" I mean, I expected to see it launched and be okay. Yeah, I didn't expect to see the cameraman go, "Oh shit, we got to follow that guy."
And
I mean, that's what it was.
Yeah, and here we go. Last year's number 1 pick, he had a big game. Tyree Wilson.
Oh yeah, Tyree Wilson. I mean, I know we talked about it. I think it was Friday, last Saturday, or Wednesday, whatever it was. This was about the time that you started seeing Coops start coming alive. And what are we starting to see? We're starting to see Tyree get the sacks. We're starting to see him, disrupt the backfield. We can go back to other games. I mean, look at that right there. Tackle for a loss. I mean, it was just, he didn't, he's starting to come into his own. You're starting to see why he was drafted. I know people are still calling him a bust, but you know what? He keeps this shit going. I want him to keep this going so he can turn everybody who's calling him a bust so they can turn around and eat crow. They can come on our show to eat the crow because I want to hear it firsthand. Tyree Wilson, I mean, he's starting to step up. That foot ain't bothering him. He's starting to get there. It's starting to come to him, and this is all that anybody has ever asked.
Yeah, and he had a good game the following year. The following one against the Dolphins. The Dolphins,
yes,
right?
He had one against the Dolphins. He also had the only sack against Patrick Mahomes in the first Chiefs game.
Yeah, so if he can come alive, if he can come alive, and we have him and Coots next year with Max Crosby and this defense back.
And Wilkins? And Wilkins?
Uh-huh.
The 4 of them on the defensive line? I mean, you might have, arguably the best defensive line in the NFL, as long as everybody can stay healthy.
Yeah. Him and the outside or him and the inside, versatile. So
yeah, I mean, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he's there yet and all this shit. What I'm saying is he stood out in this game. He was an insane playmaker. He was being disruptive, just like you expect Max Crosby. And as of late, he's been outshining Max Crosby because Max Crosby's been getting double teamed and shit. And we always said Crosby needs help. Well, his 2 main helpers are gone, and now all of a sudden you got Butler and fucking Tyree starting to step it up and be that person that everyone was wanting. So let's just, keep all this going. Let's keep this momentum going.
Yep. And that is you personally. That is Asylum's insane playmaker. Right there.
Asylum's insane playmakers.
Woo! I'm getting good with these transitions. All right, Asylum.
Hey.
We're putting away the Bronco game. That's putting that away because we got a quick turnaround. Yes, we got a quick turnaround. We got the Chiefs, and I know you wished you could be there. I know you were out of town, away. That's how the schedule makers got you because of what happened last year, and we will.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
We will go into that.
They did it on purpose.
Yeah, we will go into that later in the show of what happened. But they're playing on the first ever Black Friday, or what we like to call it, Silver and Black Friday, because we got hope, man. We got hoop dreams. We feel that this, I know everything is stacked against them like last year. Maybe they can make because it is Mahomes and the Chiefs. puppet gate, whatever you want to call it. It was a close game last week. Last meeting, it was a close game. So we got a chance to shock the world again on a holiday weekend. Only game on TV.
At the
And
time, like it was last year
yeah,
when we
yeah,
did it.
yeah. So, and my sister. Sarah Black Friday. Hey.
Hey, no.
No,
There's a reason why they call it Black Friday. That's
uh
all I'm saying. It's Black Friday.
yes,
Whose
yes. I was
colors
like
and whose colors is Black Friday?
the
It
Raiders.
sure in the hell ain't the goddamn Chiefs, even though they want to be.
They want to be.
All their blacked out bullshit. Come
Oh,
on, wear your color. Wear red, god damn it.
Anna from the sports books. She says the sports books have the Chiefs beating the Raiders by double digits. Well, the Raiders know that they have everyone against them, and hopefully this team plays very well, and they'll use that as motivation,
I
knowing that
believe during the Christmas time last year we were supposed to lose by double digits.
yeah. So we ruined their Christmas. Can we ruin their post
Yeah,
Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving.
Look,
Yes, we can. Just for
yes.
shits and giggles. Just for shits and giggles.
Now looking at the head-to-head, the Chiefs are have 74 wins to 55 losses against us with 2 ties. Of course, we are fourth in the AFC West with 2-9. The Chiefs have a lucky 10-1, first
Oh
place
yes.
in the division. The referees got the script, so they're following it. Our last game against them, 27-20 in Vegas. We still haven't beat the Chiefs in our own field, but like we said earlier, we are the last team to beat the Chiefs on their home field. So, and that was a Christmas game, 20-14. Asylum. Let's look at the numbers. Well, let's look at the offensive leaders, and as you can see, only 2 of those guys are probably left going to be playing this week. Brock Bowers and Jacoby Myers. Gardner Minshew is out for the rest of the season. Alexander Madison and Zamir White both are questionable. I don't have I didn't get a chance to do the
Well, yeah, too early for
injury
the injury
report.
report.
Yeah, so but they have been out. They were out last week. Looking at the offense for the Chiefs, Mahomes 69.8% passing completion percentage, 2,673 yards of passing, 18 touchdowns with 11 interceptions. This is considered a down year for Patrick Mahomes. Kareem Hunt, 150 attempts, 577 yards, 5 touchdowns, 17 longest run. Patrick Mahomes, second on that list, 44 attempts, 227 yards, 1
Yeah, they
touchdown on
also
the.
get Pacheco back. They said they're going to be rotating him this week against us.
Yes, I heard that. Pacheco will be coming back. He was on IR earlier this year. What did he have? Like a lower, it was like a foot or something, right? A leg or something?
Yeah, I think it was an ankle injury.
Yeah. Travis Kelce, everyone's favorite pop singer's boyfriend. 68 receptions, 569 yards, 2 touchdowns, 38 longest. And Xavier Worthy, 28.
And who's he behind? Just look straight
Uh,
across, and you'll see
uh,
who's outplaying him.
I think it's a rookie.
I think so.
Best
Some
man
rookie,
available?
some his initials are like BB or some shit like that.
Yeah, BB King. Let's go. Uh,
Let's go.
play the blues for him. And I don't like when the announcers. Well, he's like the next Travis Kelce. No. Because Brock Bowers ain't gonna be sitting there crying when he don't get his way. All right. So
Yeah, just like last game. He only got 4 passes. Did you see him crying at all, throwing his helmet, yelling at his coach?
no, and speaking of Bowers, he made history last week too. He has with the 73 his 73rd reception. Made him he got the rookie franchise Raider record, beating Amari Cooper for who had 72 receptions his rookie year in 2015. So Brock Bowers has the franchise rookie receiving record on that one. So Bowers is just moving up the charts. He's not that far away from having the most receptions in a year, which was by the Lions tight end from last year, and he's not that far away
Laporta.
from, huh?
Laporta.
Yes, and he's not that far away from the rookie yards reception record, which was held by Mike Dick, which is still held by Mike Ditka. I don't have the exact numbers on that, but he's not too far away from that, especially with 6 games left. And he is, making the best of his targets. So we'll see what happens. Going into the numbers and the rankings, Ronald McDonald, the McDonald's, yellow and red, the Chiefs, their offense ranked 16th to our 19th. Their defense ranked 3rd to our 13th. Their passing ranked 14th to our 17th. And their rushing ranked 21st to our 32nd. If you go deep into the numbers, the Raiders offense, number 28th in the league, yards per game, 292.6. Rushing yards per game, that's overall. Rushing yards per game,
No, okay, okay.
74.
Ditka had yards, not sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but Ditka had the yards for a rookie tight end, while Laporta had the catches by a rookie tight end.
Yes, yes. So he's not that far from both. And that record was last year. He set that last year, Laporta. And then
Yes,
Mike Ditka.
Laporta. Mike
Yes.
Ditka's was 1,076 yards by a rookie tight end. So he might be able to break both those records. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but you put it out there and I had to give the numbers.
It's what we do, informational wise. The spread here on Thanksgiving week, Thanksgiving Eve. Uh, Passing yards per game for the Raiders, 218, which is 16th. And points per game, 18.7, which is ranked 26th, 30th ranked offense. The Raiders defense, 327 yards, 327.5 yards overall given up, which is ranked 14th. Rushing yards given up, 119.5, 14th. Passing yards, 208.1, which is 12th. Points per game, they give up 28.5, which is 29th, 14th ranked defense. You look at the Chiefs side, overall yards per game, offense 342.7, which is 14th. Their rushing per game 116.3, which is 18th. Their passing per game 226.5, which is 12th. Points per game 24.5, 10th. And their offense ranked 14th, and their defense given up 300.8 total yards, which is 4th. Rushing yards per game 85.3 they give up, which is 3rd. They give up 215.5 passing yards, which is 18th. Points per game, they give up 19.8, which is 9th. 4th total. Behind the Broncos that we faced last week in total defense. So right there, what does that tell you, Asylum, with these numbers?
It's telling me that according to the numbers, we should lose.
According
But
to our record, we should lose. That's what they're saying.
but I remember going into last season, similar situation here. Again, I believe we were fucking double digit underdogs. We're supposed to lose by, I want to say 10 points at least, something like that. And we went in there and stunned, I mean, our running game wasn't as crappy as it is this year,
Yeah,
but it wasn't all that great last year either. And
yeah.
we had Josh Jacobs coming in hurt, so we didn't know what the hell was going on. Patrick Mahomes, I mean, everything was stacked against us, and we went in there and played a game and punched them in the mouth, and they didn't know how to take it. And to be honest with you, with all those numbers that you got going on there, I got into it, of course, at the airport with some Chiefs fans already. You know me. Is there going to be a fight? There's always a fucking fight with me. Uh, but it comes down to it. Who's to say they're not overlooking us right now?
That's what their excuse was last year.
Oh, we just didn't expect them to come out and punch us in the mouth. Well, guess what? You got Max Crosby who loves to get under everyone's skin, punch him in the fucking mouth. I want Brock Bowers to go out there and just school Travis Kelsey and just say, look, I'm your replacement. You
Yeah,
used to be the best. Now I am.
I'm going to be the
Kind of a
best
situation.
in the AFC West.
You know, I want them to go out there forcing Mahomes and Kelsey to be yelling at Andy Reid and shit, and just so fucking frustrated. Because who's to say it can't happen? I know we got injuries. Nobody expected us to be as in the game as we were, last week. And by the way, who was the last quarterback that's starting that beat Patrick Mahomes?
Team Ramrod, say it.
So, I mean, yeah, he only did 68 yards. It's definitely not going to be as cold. It's probably going to be cold, but, I mean, come on. Can't say it hasn't been done. Can't
Yeah,
say it hasn't been done. Can't say it hasn't been done with the players that we have on this team. It's going to be a tough test. I don't, I'm not going to say we're going to blow them out and do like we did to the Chargers and, put up 73 fucking points and, just decimate them. No, it ain't going to be like that. It's going to be a hard nose. Both teams going to come out with a bloody nose, missing teeth because it's going to be physical, flat out. But there's no reason, they're playing for pride. What more pride? As somebody said, oh, last year was our Super Bowl. Yeah, it was our Super Bowl. This year's our Super Bowl too. Fuck it. Let's go out and win our Super Bowl.
yeah, and then I mean, Mahomes has had our number. He's had our number
Oh,
since
yeah.
he became starter in 2018. 32
Oh, yeah.
touchdowns, 5 interceptions, sacked 20 times though, pretty good. He's the devil, 6.6 completion percentage,
The
3,008
devil.
the devil,
The devil.
3,835 passing yards with a rating of 108.5. But right there in the bottom, lost to the Raiders at Arrowhead, 20, 25, 23 on
Both those
Christmas.
losses he has to us was at Arrowhead.
Exactly. So he might own ours, but we've
We
made
might,
some
hey,
damage
hey,
in his.
no, see, that's the thing. If we could win it again in his, right? That's two in a row. That's the start of shit. We might just have to start coming in and owning Arrowhead.
Foosball is the devil.
Foosball is the devil. I invented electricity.
So, I mean, you know, things can happen. And I was looking over here, like he hasn't had a great year. Sacked 27 times, the 18 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. Um, they're just
I
getting
mean, that's a big
lucky.
number there. 11 interceptions for him.
Yeah, yeah,
They get lucky with calls from the refs. They get lucky with, going, blocking a fucking damn field goal. I mean,
yeah. I mean,
the
just
difference though. Go ahead.
no. I said Minshew doesn't even have 11, and he missed. Well, Minshew missed a couple
And he
games
threw
too.
three in one game.
Yeah, so
But no, I mean,
yeah,
this is why we play football. It's any given Sunday. You don't overlook any team in the NFL. I mean, look, Carolina Panthers, who, I think they're still picking number one, right? Uh,
no, they're
beat the
five.
snot out of, oh, they dropped to five?
Yeah,
Okay, well, beat the snot out of us and then turn around. Oh, there you go. You're right. Okay. Wrong cat. Uh, but took, took the Chiefs all the way down to the last seconds. If they didn't give up a big run to Patrick Mahomes, there was a chance that they could have gone out there and snuck a win out there and really pissed them off. And then the Chiefs would have been looking at possibly three losses in a row. But they left Patrick Mahomes too much time. Patrick Mahomes, and fucking,
they
it is
want
what it is. So
they want the first repeat. You know, the NFL is really trying. The
the
NFL,
NFL's trying, but it ain't going to happen.
the NFL is really trying. You know, they're really,
It
really
ain't going to
trying out
happen.
there. Please, God, no, no, I don't want to see another Chiefs Super Bowl. Please, that's my Thanksgiving wish. You know. So
Yours and mine, my Christmas, New Year, you know,
yeah,
hell, look, if they don't do it, if we get lucky and get to watch them lose and not make the Super Bowl or lose in the Super Bowl or whatever the situation is, I might just quit swearing. Yeah, right. No, never mind. I lied.
I mean, the Raiders, and then looking at these numbers again, and I know when it comes to rivalries, numbers are thrown out the window. It's who wants it more, who is going to bully more. And if the Raiders can show the same kind of intensity that they did last year, the game can be closer than what is being projected by everybody in the media and a lot of folks out there who don't believe in the Raiders. And the Raiders hasn't really put a good campaign out there to show any kind of belief. But, you know, who's to say? Everyone wants this. Everyone wants, yeah, okay, tank, whatever. But everybody at least wants to beat the Chiefs. And then maybe the Saints if their car is playing. But looking at these numbers, the Raiders should. They're passing 18th defense to our 60. Okay, so we got an edge on passing, okay? And passing has been okay for us if we can get the quarterback time enough to look down the field. And with with Aiden O'Connell coming in to start, he does have the
He does have a quicker release. He has a quicker release. He can read the field a little bit faster. And
yeah.
with the offensive line, maybe that's what taught him how to do it. I mean, there's still a chance. There's still a chance.
And all depending on how his thumb feels, because it was his throwing right thumb is what he injured, and that's what he needs to grip the ball.
Yes.
If that is fine, if they give him a shot, I don't know how it works. Tape it up, whatever. Wear a glove. I don't know. But if he can at least have some controlled passes, I think there's a chance. And I know I know he didn't go out there and air it out with Patrick Mahomes in the last meeting. We had mentioned that earlier with Miss Peggy, that he had all his completions were in the first quarter, but AP realized that this is going to be one of those games, especially in the cold, especially the conditions, to run the ball, and let our defense take care of them. Our defense is depleted, and our running game hasn't
Is
showed up
non-existent.
with the 32nd ranked. So the numbers say it right there. But
So that just makes this win by the Raiders that much more sweeter.
yeah, because if they can't beat a broken down Raiders team on their fourth starting, second, but they've played three already quarterbacks. Second, third, who should have been the first, but then he became the second, but then got started, then he lost his job because of injury. Without really lost his job, whatever, back and forth with the quarterbacks.
Yeah,
You know how it goes.
see so.
Yeah, whatever. Revolving door, let's try you. And then Desmond Ritter, I don't know if Carter Bradley will be brought up, and Jacoby Myers is that emergency quarterback. You keep telling me that, Asylum. Hey, Jacoby Myers can play quarterback, but
They can play quarterback.
if Brock Bowers is covered, who is he going to throw to? Because he is the other receiver. Throw it to himself, like in that promo video that I made. So,
Throw it to himself or throw it to hey, hold on. We've seen him throw it to Devontae Adams and shit like that. We've seen him throw touchdowns to other receivers. So, maybe he can get it to Trey Tucker. I don't know how deep he can go, but maybe he can get it to Tucker. Maybe he can get it to Bowers. Maybe he can get it to the other, my Mayor, or get it to fucking DJ Turner. Yeah, I don't see him being able to, I don't see him doing bad.
look at those numbers, though, okay? 85.7 completed percentage, 100 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. We found our future right here, folks. At quarterback, number 16, wearing Jim Plunkett's number, Jacoby Myers. You're going to be our starting quarterback next year to groom whoever it is that we get. Well, this is our Friday show on a Wednesday because it's a game on a Friday. Basically, it's 2 halves of a show, But we do have
this is how we started doing the shows.
This is how we started doing the shows. And what's funny is on Thanksgiving last year, that's when we started doing the Friday show. On Thanksgiving this year, we put it back all together. It's just, in the YouTube verse, the YouTube universe, that's what happens, But we do have a video, and it is Know Your History. But this is a special Know Your History. This is the game against the Chiefs in Arrowhead last year, the Christmas game. But this is also
my ESPN's
Asylum.
working. I think the Raiders won that game.
Yes. And somebody was at that game. So
I might have been.
this is Know Your History, the Asylum edition. So here we go with Know Your
There
History.
might be a lot of swearing in this.
Yes, and get your Facebook ready just in case this guy right here tries to shut us down. So it's a warning, okay? Get your Facebook ready. Here we go. Know Your History, Asylum edition, right here.
And all you Raiders out there need to know your fucking history.
I'm Asylum. I'm from Topeka, Kansas. Originally from Bay Area in California. 17-year season ticket holder until they moved.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
How long have you been out here?
About 5 years.
5 years.
About 5 years,
What's
yeah.
it like living in Kansas as a Raider fan?
Oh, I love talking.
Yeah.
I mean, that's about the only good thing is, that back and forth. I love it. Unfortunately, we're going to get the win today so we can do talking the other way. But, every once in a while, we got to take our lickings. I'm used to it, though. I've been a Raiders fan for way too long to not take my lickings.
We got a game to play.
Of course.
What are your thoughts on the game, and who needs to make the impact on the Raiders for us to get this victory?
Well, okay. Like I said, on my podcast, I've turned around and said Raiders going to come out with this win. It's going to be 24-17.
Okay.
Raiders defense is going to get 6 sacks on Mahomes.
Oh, six.
Total on the defense, 6 sacks.
Whoa.
And keep Mahomes off the field, and that's how we're going to end up winning the game. It's going to be our defense that wins us this game. Yeah. Fuck the Chiefs and fuck Arrowhead. My cage is banned from the fucking stadium. I have to go back to my car to put the cage away just so I can make it in to watch the fucking game. Fuck them.
A few minutes later.
Now they ain't letting me wear the straitjacket in. First they told me it was okay, and now it's a fucking problem. Fuck the Chiefs!
Here's a 2nd and 10. Mahomes, this is a busted play. That was some confusion in the backfield. And Crosby gets to put up a hit after all of that, and a headbutt to one of his teammates. Mahomes, pocket collapsing, and the ball comes out. I think that would have been a fumble, but he recovered it. His arm was not moving forward. 3rd and 9. Looking, and he's going down again. We got a marker. Inactive list today. Donovan Smith is also out. Here he turns around, gives it to Pacheco on a little toss. And again, the Raiders jump up with Hobbs and make the play behind the line. Wow. They have other wild card possibilities too, but those are slim. As there's the handoff to Pacheco, and he's met by Coons behind the line. Look at this. Ball's on the ground. Ball's on the ground. Picked up by the Raiders. Do they have a touchdown with Nichols?
I think Pacheco was going to keep it, Mahomes thought. He was faking, and he goes, whoa, you're actually trying to give it to me? And the miscues continue. We showed it earlier. Little chip shot kick.
Mahomes throws, and he's picked off. And this one's going back for a touchdown. 2 steps, 2 defensive touchdowns, and it's Jack Jones who had a pick 6 last week.
Antonio Pierce, the head coach, coached this guy in high school, at Long Beach Poly, and at Arizona State. And boy, what a great decision to bring him in.
You're not kidding. 2 touchdowns in 7 seconds. 2nd and 7. In trouble. Dancing around. And they push him out behind the line. Well, look out. Coming after Mahomes. Able to dodge one hit, but not that one. Sack for yet another time as the flags fly. It's Coons who got to him.
Guys, and he's right there. This is possible 4-down territory if you can get a couple yards.
Mahomes on 3rd and goal. Steps up, flings it. Incomplete. What a hit. That's an incompletion. I'll take the title. Here is this critical 4th and goal. To the end zone, and no flag. Hobbs on the coverage of Rice.
I think there's a chance he gets one right here.
2nd and goal. Mahomes looking end zone, and ball comes out. That was Noah Gray. Patrick was 8-0. Not that he can control what's happening on the other side of it, but this is going to be a win for Aiden O'Connell and this Raiders team.
War!
Right there. Remember that game?
Wait. Was that 5 sacks that I counted, though? I was up by 1.
I was trying to find.
Too far off.
I was trying to find the game. I was trying to find the graphic from last year, but if we see the stats, and I got the stats right here. Let's see how close you are. I'm not going to put it up. I'm going to read it out loud. There were 4 sacks.
I counted 5, but okay.
Actually, no. Wait. Yeah. There were 4 sacks. You had the fumble and the interception. Both were touchdowns. And we had 6 punts to their 4. But the defense...
I said the defense was going to win us that game, and that defense won us that game.
Yes, so... You were close. You were right there.
I was close. I was missing 2 sacks, and I was a little off on the score.
Yeah, even that was the interview that came from who was that? Who did that come from?
Oh God, what the hell? I forget now. Now it's put me on a damn spot. Fuck you.
Autumn Wind or
Autumn Wind in or some shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the interview that they had with you, and Jeff wants to know: are you going to the game on Friday?
Kind of hard. I'm really, really far away. I'm not going to be at the game, unfortunately, this Friday, Jeff.
All in on the win. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, I'm in New York right now, Jeff, so I won't be able to make that game. I swear they planned it this way just because of my fucking how they treated me and shit. They tried to make sure I wasn't going to be there.
Well, that is your Know Your History, like a cage match asylum edition. You saw we always kept talking about it.
I was pissed. You just don't understand. I was pissed. I was talking the hell of shit after I made the stadium.
Jeff wants to know, are you out his way?
Well, somewhat. I mean, I'm in New York. I don't know how far away he is from New York.
We got the same time zone.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Now, I know it's okay. We talked about the Chiefs and all that, whatever. But speaking of New York, you're out there. You're out there for the parade and Thanksgiving parade. So tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and I made something. As a, I guess tips to have a successful Thanksgiving. So I have this down here. Before we go, I want to play this. I want to do this real quick. So let me get my music that I like. Let me switch us over. And here we go. Now, the first thing you want to do when you go to whatever house that you're going to be at, I didn't put it up yet, but here we go. The first thing you want to do is you want to give your relatives a great big hug. You want to make sure they feel the love like Butler did to Mahomes. You want to make sure that when you go there, you show respect and you give them a big hug as a thank you on Thanksgiving. Because, you know, this is where families come together. So right there, you give them a great big hug. Next, to have a successful Thanksgiving, you wanna, these annoying kids that might be at your house, you gotta make sure you can find a way to ignore them. Because these kids are going to be in your face screaming and yelling, and I know you probably got those nephews or nieces or cousins or little ones that just you want to tell them, say, well, you shut the hell up. But you got to be good because you're an adult. So these kids, you got to make sure that you don't let them ruin your Thanksgiving, okay? Next tip, make sure you don't drop the turkey, okay? Everybody comes to Thanksgiving for the turkey. You don't want to be that one when you're getting ready to serve the table and you just drop the turkey. So make sure that if you're the one hosting, like Mahomes was, don't drop the turkey. Okay? Another one right here. Make sure you are good at CPR and the Heimlich remover. Somebody might bite a piece of chicken or a turkey or whatever, and they might choke. So make sure that you are good at the Heimlich maneuver, because we don't want to see anybody getting, choking on anything. So they turn red because they choke. They turn red. So you want to make sure that you're good at the Heimlich maneuver. Okay. You want to get underneath the diaphragm. And you want to squeeze until that pops out of their throat.
Hey, squeeze in and up. Get it right. Yes. In and up. It's in and up.
A lot of food, a lot of talking, people, so you got to be ready to make sure that you are good and have your Heimlich maneuver, because, you want to make sure.
Tuesday, Jeff.
Next one.
I can't do the comments, so I have to just let them know. I'm here till Tuesday.
The next one. Now, before I go over, Kane, some people, now after you finish your meal, you're a couple pounds heavier, and you got to make sure that whoever is hosting that you're staying at, that they know how to put together an IKEA furniture, IKEA chair. Because if not, this could happen to you. Okay? Oh, wait, I went too far. I went too far. We're not there yet. Okay? So, right there, you want to make sure that if you're hungry and you eat a lot and you might be over full, that whatever chair you're sitting on can hold your weight. You might end up like Pacheco right here. No, I was trying to recline. No, you weren't. You fell back. Okay? You just broke my $208 IKEA chair that I wasn't done putting together because it came with all these extra screws and nuts. Oh, no, wait, that wasn't. That's supposed to go with the chair. So make sure that you know that whatever you're sitting at is good quality and it was put together. And also, okay, no matter what happens, there was an election that just happened. They say, oh, if you're whatever and take a break, go outside, take a break. Don't let the family arguments of the presidential election or religion or whatever. Okay. Don't let the arguments get to you, but always stay true to yourself, like our good buddy Deadpool. Always remember, okay, that
the Chiefs.
No matter what, if you're over there in a Chiefs household, whether it's religion, whether it's politics or whatever, the one thing that you stand, what you put down is that right there.
Fuck the Chiefs. Fuck the Chiefs.
So these are your tips to have a successful Thanksgiving. I put that together just before the show.
You should have done the split screen with me doing that when I was pissed off at the game too.
I know. I thought about that too. I was in a hurry because I was trying to wait. I just thought of something real quick. So right then and there, these are your tips to have a great Thanksgiving. So we want to say thank you to those who watched. Thank you to those who commented. Thank you to Miss Peggy, who came on earlier because she said she was dealing with some Thanksgiving Eve issues and problems with turkeys and stuff like that. So,
thank you for coming on, man.
So we appreciate her coming on. And like we said, these are your tips to have a great Thanksgiving. So with that said, let's go back to this. Oh, yes. Asylum, you got a busy weekend. Uh, what are you thankful for? Let's end the show on a positive note. What are you thankful for this Thanksgiving?
I'm just thankful to be with my family and be able to still catch some Raiders football, even though I should be there. I'm not going to be there, so it's really just being on this vacation with the family and still being able to catch football. So the
Yeah,
typical Thanksgiving shit. Family, football,
yeah.
alcohol.
Family, football, food.
So
Yeah. I
food's like
mean,
fifth. It's alcohol. Then just
the four F's. Okay, family, football, food, and fifths. Is that what you said?
fifth. There you go. Yeah,
And
even
fifths
I
of
put
alcohol.
fifth before food.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, either or. You want the food to suck up the alcohol, or you eat the food to sustain whatever with the alcohol, whatever. Yes,
Yeah. However, to each their own.
yeah. Yeah, I'm thankful for my family, and it's been a tough year for my family, but I'm thankful for the ones that were there during that whole thing, and um, you know, this would be the first one without my grandmother, who was a great cook, great chef. This was basically like her. I don't want to say like her Super Bowl, but this is where we're like, this is where we want the Puerto Rican rice that she made and the pasteles that she would make. So that is what I'm going to miss is her, and because this is where we would always meet up, is at her house. But we're gonna be at my sister's new house, so we will be celebrating over there Thanksgiving, and to everybody else, I'm thankful for the people who subscribe to the show, even though we only got like 225, and we're grateful for that 225. We started last year, and we're trying to do things differently, be more, not the same cookie cutter Raider show. Try to have more variety, different opinions, different people, and just different ideas. So I'm thankful for this, and Asylum, for you, because without you, my super fan, journey wouldn't have started. You were basically my coach through all that. So I thank you for being there in the beginning in 2017 when I first started in Oakland, and going on till now. We're doing the podcast, so
I
I
thank
am
you for
thankful for that.
deciding to do this podcast with me. I know we talked about it for a long time and had tried things just always getting in the way. So, I appreciate everything that you do for this show because you know what? You do a lot.
I'm just trying to destroy the YouTube universe. No, I'm joking. Creativity
For real.
is
I'm
is
just
what we
joking.
do. Yeah,
For real.
yeah.
Unless you're into that kind of shit, then I'm some
Yeah.
freaking on it.
Thank you, Anna. We appreciate you, Anna. Thank you, Anna, for always being on the show, and commenting, and even like the new people who've discovered us, like Jeff, who's been ever since he discovered us. He's been on every show, whether
And
it's
the
for a
numbers,
few
yeah.
minutes that he's able to, or like where he's been throughout most of the show. I know we all have busy schedules, especially today being the day before Thanksgiving. So we appreciate everybody. We thank everybody for appreciating what we put out there every Wednesday and Friday during the season. So we do this for you guys, and we appreciate those who appreciate what we do. So
We appreciate
any
everybody who appreciates us.
yes. So, and those who don't, no, I'm joking. Those who don't, wait, right here. Nah, the Chiefs. So, thank you, everybody. There's a game on Friday, so we won't be on Friday, obviously, because we'll be watching the game. It's at noon Pacific, 3:00 your time right now, Asylum, out there in the East Coast. So make sure you remember that. Don't be late watching the game.
Oh, trust me, I gotta watch this show just to get the place that Peggy was suggesting for me to go watch the game at. So
Yeah. So, and that was way up here. She actually put it in the comments, and
yeah,
she
she
said,
did.
"Go here." So, all right.
Yep.
With that,
I have to find it, write it down,
yeah.
take some notes,
With that
figure
said,
out how far I am from it, and get my ass there Friday.
I'm waiting for the Asylum Thanksgiving balloon. Okay, that's what I'm waiting for. Just be out there.
Yeah, I'm serious, Rick, Jeff. I'm in New York City right now. I'm in the hotel. I just landed here today, right before the show.
Yeah, he's in New York, New York.
Yeah, I'm in New York, New York.
Yeah. Hey, just let me know. Have a pizza. Let me know if it's all that is cracked up to be, or what the phrase is.
I'll let you know. Well, see, out here they're big on the thin slices, so the thin crust.
Yeah, you say he's only 3 hours away, so that's not that far.
Yeah, well, it is when you ain't got no car.
Oh yeah. You don't want to Uber that far. That's you might as well just rent a
Yeah,
car.
no,
All right. Well, any last things to say or whatever?
no. Happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Hope it's safe. Be safe. If you're deep frying a turkey, make sure you don't set your house on fire.
Yes. And if you can't cook, just go to the store, get some Oscar Mayer turkey slices, and stay in your lane. Okay. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
They got the hungry man meal, whatever.
Hungry man, yeah.
Yeah, so just hey, okay. It's not about the food, it's about the family and the football. And the food. But there's levels to this. So
Yeah, and the fist.
yes, and the fits. If you need it, because certain families, I'm just joking. All right. With that said,
we won't get started on that one.
with that said,
Otherwise, it'd be another 2.5 hours.
therapy session. With that said, I want to say thank you to everybody. We won't be on Friday, so we'll be back on Wednesday. So it's going to be a whole week until you see us again. Okay. Hope don't miss us. If you miss us, have folks subscribe for us. That's what I'm going to say. All right. Let's go Raiders. Let's beat the Chiefs. Take care of business, because I'm tired of the Chiefs. Show them that last year wasn't a fluke. And I want to see Kelsey cry again. Okay, that's what I want to see. I want to see him cry, and I want to see Brittany upstairs crying, and I want to see
Taylor Swift crying.
Taylor leaves the field with Brock Bowers. No. All right, so all right then, Asylum. Have a safe trip. Have fun tomorrow. We'll see what happens on Friday. And everybody out there, be safe. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Like Asylum said, don't burn the house down, and take care. We end every show like we always do with the word from Raider Milt, aka Coach Wallace. I was reading the comments. Coach Wallace, my old football coach from back in the day. Rest in peace, Coach Wallace. So we end the show like we always do with that. Everyone, take care. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Safe one. And we'll see you on Wednesday. Peace out.
All you other NFL teams, your tailgates are weak. Your teams are weak. We might be down right now, but it doesn't take away the history. And all you Raiders out there need to know your fucking history of who the fuck you playing for and where the fuck you're playing. Damn it. Oh, and by the way, I won my last cage fight again. I'm still undefeated. And you NFL motherfuckers out there that you think you want some, come on and get some anytime.